Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. What is the easiest, the fastest way to see if your justice system in your country works? That is, I think, looking and watching for this kind of signal. And this is it. If the law applies the same way to everybody, right? For the same crime. And that is, if my father commits a crime, let's say rapes someone, he's called a rapist and gets the punishment according to the law. Now, if your father is a rapist and commits a rape, he's going to be called a rapist and he's going to be, the same punishment for the same crime for any individual involved in this kind of crime. Now, how do you like it when my father rapes someone, but he's not called a criminal? Your father commits a rape and he's called a criminal, and then my father calls your father a rapist. But you can't call my father a rapist. Is that just? No. Why? Because my father has a special treatment somehow, and yours doesn't. So that's not fair. Now let's see. I'm going to give you this little article, and based on what these guys are going to report here, we're going to see if these guys are, or the system that supposedly is just and fair and law-based, then it's as they say it is. We're going to have here an offender, and we'll see if the offender will called by the term used for the offense it perpetrates. So this article comes from Sputnik, and it's from today, the 29th of October 2022. Guantanamo Bay, oldest prisoner returns home to Pakistan. So the oldest prisoner from Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, by the way. Guantanamo Bay from Cuba, by the way. Oh, I can write poetry again. Goes back home to Pakistan. Now, I know your first question would be, what? Whoa, wait, how many years? Well, we're going to find out. The oldest inmate of the notorious U.S. detention camp, Guantanamo Bay, 75-year-old Saif Ulan Paracha, has been released and returned to Pakistan. Pakistani Foreign Ministry said on Saturday. Wait a second, what happened to this guy? Mr. Saif Ullah Paracha, a Pakistani national who was detained in Guantanamo Bay, has been released and reached Pakistan on Saturday, 29th of October 2022. The Foreign Ministry completed the extensive inter-agency process to facilitate repatriation for Mr. Paracha. We are glad that a Pakistani citizen detained abroad is finally reunited with his family, the ministry said in a statement. The 75-year-old man was the oldest prisoner at Guantanamo Bay. This is like Rudolf Hess. Remember Rudolf Hess? The guy in Spandau prison. Eventually he was helped to hang himself, allegedly by some British professionals, and was held for suspected. So you're held for suspected ties with Al-Qaeda, but was never charged with a crime. Now remember, if my father committed a crime, a rape, he should be called a rapist, as your father if he did the same crime. Now this guy was detained, and he was never charged with a crime. What would that make United States? The leadership, the government. Okay, you find the term, okay? And let me know. His release was approved in May 2021 at more than 17 years in custody. Well, this guy, imagine this guy is you. Or let's say, make it even worse, your son, or your daughter, or your mother or your father, not you. Just imagine. Would you be, yeah, it's okay, it's fine, never charged, it's fine. 17 years of your life, that's fine. I mean, what the hell, right? So what? He was what? 58 or something when he was imprisoned? Paracha was captured in Thailand in 2003 and was held at the US base in Cuba since September 2004. Authorities believed he was an Al-Qaeda facilitator who helped two perpetrators of the September 11 terrorist attacks with a financial transaction. However, Paracha denied any involvement in terrorism, claimed he had not known that those people were Al-Qaeda members. His son, Uzair Paracha, was arrested on charges of helping suspected terrorists enter the US with a fake ID before his father's arrest. In 2005, a New York federal court sentenced him to 30 years in prison. His son, right? But a judge overruled witness testimony in March 2020. Overruled after what? After 15 years. And he was sent back to Pakistan in 2021 after the US government decided against a new trial. So this is what the father, the grandfather, the whatever. So, how would you call this? Remember, this is what they say in the international law. You know, that we have an international law and we all should... remember this, let's say these guys would be Iran. And the captured guy would be someone who blew up, let's say, some, I don't know, whatever that's called, I can't remember right now, not the National Guard of Iran. One general, or they blew up something. And they get this guy, don't charge him, blah, 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 and then release him after 17 years. How would you call that? What would you think? What would you think would happen? And that guy would be, let's say, British, or would be American. It doesn't matter what nationality. I mean, remember, this guy was, according to these guys here, right? He was never charged with a crime. Never. His release was approved in May 2021. And then his son was arrested in charging for that, in charges of helping suspected terrorists enter the US with a fake ID before his father's arrest. In 2005, a New York federal court sentenced him at 30 years in prison, but the judge overruled witness testimony in March 2020 and was sent back to Pakistan in 2021. So that's his son, not the one. There's this guy with 17 years for nothing that we know of. It was believed. How about your son is believed too, and we keep him in prison for 17 years? Or your mother, or your father. It's just believed. We believe. And is that how it works? Is that how our justice system works? Yes. Yes. Remember these guys with January 6th bullshit. Remember those guys. Some of them are still in prison, or in custody, let's put it nicely. In custody. After they were arrested. What is the Constitution saying about that? It's called the right to a speedy trial. It's been already, what, 2 years? Where is the speedy trial? Hey, 2 years of my life, of those guys' lives, where is the speedy trial? They're still doing shit. Is that fair? No. So when I came here, and before I came here, I've been told that this is the free country, and man, the law over there is law, man. That's freedom and the law and justice, man. And I believe that because I've been told by people who came from here. But I didn't know those people had a low IQ. So when I came here, I was, Bob, that's an example. That's another one. And after a few examples, I said, hey, that's a pattern here. How is this possible? So I realized it's actually whenever it's convenient. So it could be special cases when they can grab you, put you over there, and nobody hears from you. Remember those black hole, whatever they were called, interrogation centers that CIA had all over Europe? Remember those ones? Were they legal under international law? No, they were not. Anybody said anything about it? Yeah, there were some. Anything happened? No. So then why some people and some entities have special treatment? And they have it, and you or I do not, because we don't matter, because it's not free world, it's not freedom and democracy, it's not justice, it's just us. That's what it is. Just us and you off. Well, it's okay. You learn that life is as it is, and your expectations drop every second when you leave. If you are an idealist, as I was at one point, you have only disappointments if you try to keep believing that the world is trying to improve itself to be better. No, I don't think so. This is about these guys and the rest of us. And the problem is, when one of us gets to be one of them, we like it. Why? Because you got the perks. So the problem is, we will always be the traitors of our group whenever things are given to us and we feel special. But we are very easily removed from that position and dropped back here if we don't follow rules. So yeah, speedy trial. Good luck with that one. Like freedom of speech, right to bear and carry arms. Now you have to jump to 1,000 hoops to have a gun. They check your ass to have a gun. 1776, or let's say put it 800, the year 1800, United States. Do you think they came in, Emil, let me see your let me see your certificate of birth. Okay, let me see your criminal history. Let me see your mental health. Let me see your family. Let me see your teeth. Let me see your cock. Do you think that's the way it was then? No. So how did we get to this? How did we fucking get to this? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.